The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score was 4-2 with one inning left to play, and when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a sickly silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A scattering few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope that springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if Casey could just get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake. The former was a hoodoo and the latter was a flake. So upon the stricken multitude grim melancholy sat, for there was but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let go a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more there arose a lusty yell. It echoed in the valley, it rattled in the dell, it pounded on the mountain, it rolled across the flat, for Casey, the mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was an ease in Casey's manner as he strolled into his place, a pride in Casey's manner, a smile at Casey's face, and when responding to the cheer he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes watched him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. And while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eyes. A sneer curled Casey's lip. Now the leather-covered spears hurtled through the air, but Casey stood a-watching it in haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman the ball unheeded sped. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the benches black with people there went up a muffled roar, like the sound of storm waves beating on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone from the stand. And likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage showed. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher. Once more the spheroid threw, but Casey still ignored it. And the umpire said, "Strike two." "Fraud!" shouted the maddened thousands, and an echo answered, "Fraud." But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow cold and stern. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey would not let that ball go by again. The smile is gone from Casey's lips. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. Somewhere a band is playing, and somewhere hearts are light. Somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out.